Lumi, and he was saying that, just consider us underdogs still. Less pressure on us is totally fine, and we'll be the ones to collect the victories here and there. So, channel points, seems like we are still going for rejects, but oh my god, by the way, you know what? Nell actually got 14k. He won 14k.
That's wild. That's wild. How dare he?
Because of Rocket University. He bet 3k channel points, Rocket University to win second map, and they won. And he got 14k return. Stoinks, bro.
That's ridiculous.
This could be you. This could be down payment. I don't know. I'm not saying. Make a down payment right now. Cash it in there. No, 0 interest, folks. You get a car payment, a house and lot. You get
mortgage it all.
Mortgage it all. That's with a down payment. You can win with channel points, folks. What the hell?
I love it.
Oh, sorry. So it's up to Bubble Cub, by the way. Sorry, we weren't able to say that to Sungjaku. We'll get you next time, Bubble Cup. But let's talk about the picks and bans.
They're right off the rip, Lumi locking in their Ultron that they love so much and denying for themselves, whereas rejects, taking away the Mantis, leaving it for themselves for a bit of a aggressive buff. Hey, the Adam Warlock being taken on down payment, that's humongous.
Yeah. Warlock is just so good during domination because it just gives you an unlimited retries for a specific time. So yeah, having that taken out is actually really good. However, it seems like down payment is kind of attacking their, I'd say, not Izayaki. I believe, one of the roaming vanguards that uses Captain America. But yeah, just taking that out of the table because they're so good with that in domination. And doing the strategy of banning and then reserving the Warlock. I like it on reject side.
Yeah, actually, also the Emma Frost ban from down payment against reject, specifically Piggy, right, was actually something that Zero Tenacity confirmed was important for their win against reject, right? So obviously, since then, reject has gone through their math. Dolby actually mentioned in an interview that they've recognized the mistakes against Zero Tenacity right off the rip and have adapted around it. But hey, that might still be their Achilles ankle here.
Yeah, definitely could be the opening that they are looking for. And the fact that they banned the Magneto out of rejects is really good. Kind of forced to go with the Strange. Maybe they don't even have a Captain America to work with. However, they will have Meteor M and Ensong ready for down payment side. So I'm pretty sure this matchup is going to be like triple strategist and one duelist just for them to get the elims and two vanguards to kind of hold point. And it seems like Venom and Doctor Strange is going to be on reject side here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Piggy on Strange we have seen Piggy on Strange 1 or 2 times and has proved, especially with the season 4, a little buff to the Maelstrom of Madness, can really get up close and personal with them. So, you gotta be a bit more wary about Doctor Strange being 6 feet or under close to you. So that's one to look out for.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he's gonna make it work because Doctor Strange, I think, is a little slept on or a little unprioritized because of Magneto and Emma. And Emma has received her fair share of nerfs this season. So Piggy on this Strange could be a tough one. And considering its domination, you could actually just try to portal on point at any time. But right now, I'm excited to see Bowo King on this Johnny Storm and 6 as well. So they got to keep their eyes in the sky here. And they're already getting information, and they're going to try to cut off the Vanguard of Fun Fun.
Fun. Right off the rip, trying to isolate it. This is the mark, though. But in goes Piggy, trying to just absorb as much damage as possible, letting the rest of these players flood onto the side. It's a bit of a brawl right now. Bowo King takes to the skies, and a tic-tac tray comes out.
That was beautiful. The overextension is going to get punished here. It was a one trade-off for a team wipe here. It's actually just Donald that is here just trying to stagger the point, but it is going to be won by Reject at the end of that clash. So, seems like Reject's doing really well moving as a unit here just for that cleanup to happen.
Yeah, 100%. And Marvel also on the Venom, just be able to do some backline disruptions, draw away some attention as well as force some cooldowns for down payment who now have to reset just a little bit. Reject wanted to, play together as they normally do to force things out. But look at where Marvel is, right? He's hiding around the corner. Down payment seeks senses of vulnerability on the side, so they opt to use the left side instead.
Yeah, they do, and now it's going to be a team clash here. 6 up above, forced to go with the range just to stay alive and add more damage to the cable. Gargoyle Out of sight, out of mind. Able to get a pick off on a 6's side. They trade with Finale. Fun on the board for one elim. And we've already spent some ult. Dobby does have its Jeff, and we do hear that Land Shark, that Jaws moment here to try and get the swallow. Do we actually get any elims? It seems like it is going to be a 2-for-1. Nothing beats a Jeff 2 Holiday, guys. And right now, you can save 2 strategists for 1.
Best deal in the world, at least for the side of Reject, who just are able to get up to 60%. Downpayment struggling to find their way back in as fragments of DPS just erupt around the corner. They'll have to regroup themselves a little bit better. They have 5 ultimates and 6 working towards a 6th as well with the Rage. Trying to maybe isolate Marvel, not quite yet. So it's going to be a bit of an eruption here on the point.
Okay, so Bobo King decides to go for the Supernova just to contest the point a little bit. This forces the Finale to go for the Galactic Legend. In response, Lumi, the dance to save everyone, just to keep the dance floor lit. Oh my god, Karmic Revival right above everyone! Can Bobo King get Elim? Fun, and the eye is going to be used for some CCs. Multi, we're still in overtime.
We're still in overtime. The Meteorium comes out, the Freedom Drive just trying to erupt onto this back line, but Rejects fire back with 2 of your own. That's strategists, 3 of them out of the way. With Gargoyle also finding 1 of their own. Downpayment's fragments are soon found all over, scattered on the floor. Overtime clicks down. Rejects secure themselves this point.
The way that they were able to just hold point and continue just applying pressure after pressure, team fight after team fight, that's the Warlock factor. They were able to actually win that engagement because the Warlock was there. And even though it was kind of out in the open, the Supernova is already burnt, that Downpayment couldn't kind of collect them all in that area for them to get the elimination. And also, Piggy had that Eye of Agamotto for the CC. So, yeah, Reject's just a step ahead in this matchup. So Downpayment, I'm not sure what they have to do. Maybe they can still stick to the Flyers. I think that's good, but I don't know. It just seems like Rejects just know how to handle the 2 Flyers, triple strategist type lineup here.
Yeah, even with the staples taken out from the side of Reject, like a Magneto plus an Emma Frost, they're still able to adapt very well with Piggy pressing the issue. Marvel, taking that backline duels with a nice piece of Abyss just to be able to weaken or distract those cooldowns for the strategists that we saw time and time again. It's all coming together synergistically, at least for the side of Reject.
Yeah, and it all starts like this. It's been a deja vu right now. Piggy getting some information. They were able to win this team fight once they were able to get the cutoff. Oh my god, again, Fun lagging behind. He's just going to go and cut off the team.
Oh, straight into it.
Forcing the bubble, the cooldown right away. So, they got caught out in the open, and now the team fight is in favor of Rejects because they're out of position here.
Downpayment, you have to be wary of this, right? I mean, once bitten, twice shy should be the key here, but it looks like they aren't at all. And Reject really on this point, wants to hold them from themselves. Especially because the Vanguards are really just taking names against Downpayment. Reject looking to just find a picture for a goal. And a nice one on to Shano. Bobo out of action as well. Tries to make it interesting, but doesn't stand too long because Marvel's right in your face.
Yeah, they're just really good at making team fights 2v1 or just making it a disadvantage on their side. And it starts out with, just them getting the portal going just for them to cut them off. And they're really just outpacing Downpayment. And Downpayment is just a step behind as they try and capture the point now.
Yeah, we talked about, the synergy from Downpayment coming alive in the later bits of this group stage. I really need to see that a little bit more as Dive comes in from Marvel. To make it more interesting, Izakaya. Gonna need the support for the rest of the team. The shift comes on, trying to work around these low-tier lands and come out now. The Ayamoto doesn't find, only finds Lumi, but it's not finding by Coach.
As this is happening, they tried to go for a backdoor takeover point, forcing the Finale, the Galactic Legend, just to clean up a little bit. Healing Pool is going to be deployed. Another Jeff ult just for the CC, and retake unsuccessful, and Rejects' defenses still hold strong here. They try to switch things up. 6 going for the Phoenix. He has gotten MVPs with these hit scan heroes, so maybe this is the changeup they need, but Multi, I hope it's not a little too late because it's still 60% climbing for Rejects.
Yeah, Supernova immediately comes out, forcing out the lands, all these fire tornadoes! The Robo King with a bit of a resurgence, a three-piecer right at the tail end, but Gargo with a signature. Karmic Revival brings back the rest of the advantage. They have to push all the way back onto the point with a bit of a teleport action. Downpayment make it a bit of a reversal here.
Okay, 6, just peppering the skies with some damage here. Let's see if he'll be able to build up that song, the end song that he so desperately needs. And we do see the snare onto the Venom. Oh, was able to take out Luby. The dance was not able to save him in that one. And for Ikake, still dancing to keep everyone alive. The sky is falling here as Meteor M's are going to be dropping down. And unfortunately, unable to take out anyone, but Marvel's here to clean up. And we continue on with overtime with Reject still standing strong with 6 out of 6 people, 6 heroes, but now make that 5 in this exchange as Marvel just being able to control everything. They give up a little bit of real estate, but it's still a team fight that Reject is willing to take.
This Jeff now online. Yum Yum forces a bit of a scramble around Downpayment. They're really hard focusing. I'm not sure they were able to get anyone. Fun now indeed. The target of Marvel as the teleport from Downpayment comes in. 6 just back online. Yes, the Gobi will sacrifice 1 for 1 at the very least, but that's good enough for Reject to maybe turn the tides for themselves.
The dive just took him out of it. Finale along with the Eye of Agamotto. Just being able to put a checkmate scenario here. They don't have a teleport to work with. They're going to have to march their way down to the site.
I don't know if it's long enough though. It's going to be the teleport from Piggy, maybe to throw people off. I'm not sure where that went, but Robo King can't touch the point at all. So Reject will pick up this first map.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, just Piggy on the... I mean, I guess our questions were answered, right? You rarely see Piggy onto the Doctor Strange, but he has passed with flying colors in this matchup. And just at the end, the cheeky teleport block just so that they know where the enemy is going to be coming. So just able to get the Elim before they could touch spot. And MVP, none other than Marvel himself. He was a KO machine towards the end there. 13 final hits. Actually out final hitting Finale, who is the Star-Lord of the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think between the two, they caused absolutely so much chaos, like you said, in the second half of the Domination series, just able to find the right picks at the right time with, you know, a brilliant, I think, Feast of the Abyss that we saw on the point, able to just snatch the Loki, which was Lumi, out of the air. And coupled with Finale, just able to apply that verticality pressure that was kind of unchecked, right? We saw 6 hop onto the Phoenix towards the end to maybe try and get some pot shots, but I feel like Reject were playing staggered enough in terms of like map positioning so that those sparks aren't necessarily a problem against the Phoenix.
Yeah, and it was already 60% onto the point where he switched out. Yep. So it was just a little unfortunate. I just really think that Rejects were able to just disperse the team far enough. The way they started was aggression. No point was Downpayment not on their heels in this matchup, and they couldn't kind of set up their angles as the flyers. And Gargoyle, Finale, and Dolby were just so good at sniping out the skies, while Izayaki was just the main healer of this team. So look at the healing output actually on Izayaki. Is that 38,000? Yeah, 38. Oh no, 18,000. Sorry, 18,000 compared to the 7 and 15. So it just, yeah, it was just the way that they were able to just shut down the aerial game of Downpayment. Just the Flyers didn't really care if there was flyers in the sky. We'll just take you down. It's cool.
100% agree. And hey, we also got to talk about the early strats that Reject brought, right? The barriers drop, you immediately portal in and try and snatch Fun out of action, trying to splice in, even getting them through the portal during that second point. I feel like Downpayment, you have to learn from your mistakes, and the way Reject playing are cohesively as a 6-stack. So Downpayment need to do exactly that. We're going to give them a bit of time to have to regroup and figure out what they want to do. You know, actually they're hot on their heels and you want to get back on this action.
The only way I could describe that style is divide and conquer. Like, they just want to isolate the tank that was lagging behind in that lineup. So we will see if Downpayment will have those adjustments. But for now, folks, we're going to take a small break. On the other side is going to be the second match between Rejects and Downpayment. So don't go anywhere.
Reject coming back in with a sweeping, strong statement to showcase why they are still in contention for one of the best teams here from stage 1 into stage 2. And my personal hopes is that Downpayment is going to usurp that a little bit on map 2.
Yes, and if yesterday was any indication, Rocket University was able to take map 2 because I think Rejects kind of experiment certain things. It was Araco, so that kind of invited a lot of interesting picks. However, it's all business when the GOATs are charioting their way to just park their way in Yggdrasil. So I wonder what the strategy here, because I'd say Yggdrasil is the type of map that no nonsense. It's just 50-50 when it comes to push and defend. So I wonder what Downpayment has up their sleeve, because they will be defending first here up against Rejects.
I feel like Downpayment, so far what I've seen is like, it takes a while for their engine to wind up. You know, like I feel like it just takes them a little bit to come online, and then they come back a little bit stronger on map 2 beat than having won map 1 or not, you know. So I expect them to really bring up a bit of a fight here as we move into the picks and bans. Once again, I'm not expecting too many changes, to be honest. You want... But one major thing is maybe the Adam Warlock, right? Gargoyle has been so instrumental with those Karmic Revivals, 2 for 2 so far across the domination points. Will Downpayment shift their strats?
That's a good point you bring up. I really would like to see them ban out that Warlock, because if that Warlock was not played out in the first game, could have been a different matchup. But we talk too much. Multi, they lock in the Warlock. Rejects want that. They heard you. They heard you.
Yeah.
They're listening to us.
Yeah, we are actually giving too much power. Here's the secret, chat. Like, casters have way too much inherent power when we talk. So we're just gonna react, not predict right now, as they go ahead and continue to ban out the Emma Stone, again targeted against Piggy. But hey, if they still have the Doctor Strange, they're still gonna be able to click heads.
Oh, so they're gonna go blow for blow with the Warlock dance off here. So I like this. As Nell would bring up, shoutouts to Nell, he says, if you don't know what to ban, what to pick, just copy what is happening in front of the screen.
Wait, that's actually big. That's actually big brain. That's actually big brain.
If you do that, you're really just gonna see who's the best in whatever strategy, because it's gonna be a 1v1 at that point. So it seems like they're gonna change things up here, banning out. They seem to be a fan of banning out the best tanks in the game, but you're gonna force Piggy to go back onto that Doctor Strange, which is very scary, and you lost yourself a Jeff here to lock in that Luna Snow. So I'd say, and this was a trajectory since the start of the week. Whoever locks in the Jeff usually has a huge advantage, especially when it comes to objective pushing, because you can just take people out, and there are some points here where you can just dump opponents just to eliminate them here in Yggdrasil.
Okay, actually also the Doctor Strange being locked in by Reject, they're just a little worried that that final ban from Downpayment is going to rob Piggy of so much value towards that domination moving into Yggdrasil. But it's going to be the Mantis ban. Typically the first one right off the rip at the last possible moment. That will be Downpayment's final knockout. So we lock ourselves in for map 2.
It's like you have to copy the answers, but change it a little bit from ChatGPT to make it like, all right, let's put the Mantis at the end.
It's my words, you know. These are my words.
Yeah, my words, too. Check it. It's authentic, guys. But I would say that the fact that they locked in the Doctor Strange and the Warlock, so... Multi, this adds so much volume of waves. Actually, the ebbs and flows are going to be in Reject's side, because they can retake easily with a Karmic Revival and the Portal. While Downpayment, unfortunately, I don't know if they had it banned out, but it's going to be hard if they don't try to mirror that sort of matchup here if Reject is really feeling themselves and they just want to keep pushing and pushing the point.
Now, they have access to both these heroes as well, so they can do exactly the same. The momentum is real key, right? Especially for convoys where it's long drawn out a journey of 3 different legs. I think it's important to keep your momentum going, because you lose so much progress, and once you get past the checkpoint, of course, you can't backtrack. So I think it's going to be Downpayment trying to figure out if they can work it. Donald back on the Groot. So double shields coming up for start of Downpayment with triple strats as a defensive hold against Reject.
Check this out. We got the Storm and the Jeff here. A Sharknado could possibly come out, and that has been quite effective. I believe we saw one in Midtown. But for now, they're going to be fighting at the goats here as Donald tries to hold 10 toes deep here into the objective. Finale is going to just pepper in some damage from above here. Uncontested to take out the Magneto. Excuse me?
Overstepping their welcome, absolutely delivering right now. Both Vanguards out of the way to clean up food from Reject as they just swoop in and send these players back into the server room.
Yo, that's a big yikes for me. That's a what the helly for me, bro. That was actually a really good takeover here. And now Downpayment forced to actually regroup as a team. Finale has pushed so far forward. The GOATs have already moved past the first 2 turns, and right now they have 1 team fight left before the first checkpoint is unlocked. And Piggy has already blocked out the majority of their team here, so just really staggering the point.
This is a new strat coming in, getting closer to the checkpoint, but right now Groot's able to make their way in. Nice stun against Donald, who's trying to make it a bit more interesting as Marvel isolates the rest of the aggression from Downpayment from the right side. It's going to be the cart, yep, uncontested onto the first one. We go! And Lumi, Bumble King 6 all fall. What a cherry on top for the side of Reject.
Just like that, the cocoon is gonna get denied here. And Rejects just marching their way down. A flawless take of the first point. And they're gonna keep pushing forward here. They've already changed it up. They're not going with the Storm anymore since they're not pushing out a point. But Finale, my goodness, on this Phoenix. Don't even need a Magneto. We continue to push, says Marvel.
Yeah, they've got 4 ultimates online just to be able to hold back anything that they possibly have. I see Lumi as well building their God of Mischief that might work. A fate of both worlds is right now. It's a bit low. We're coming in hot at the moment. The Slicing Dice trying to isolate this, but we're forcing it out right now for Rokake's fate of both worlds. Both dance floors in action. A bit of vulnerability for 10 seconds.
Trying to go for a last stand, and Sig's gonna be at the dance floor here just for him to be able to do the final judgment. We do see the T-posing coming from Phoenix, has to use it already. Unfortunately, will be sent back to the spawn room here as Downpayment holds during the second turn. So this is where Downpayment really need to bolster up their defenses here. So great ult usage. Now they're gonna try to hold before they try to make their way towards the chariot.
Yeah, the problem is you definitely do not want to overheat in these situations, right? Save your ults. They still have 3 moving into the next team fight. Both teams actually have it, so it might be a tick for tat. They're making it a bit more expensive for Reject, just playing forward, playing up close. They have the triple strats on their side, so you might as well make it worth it.
Okay, we see the Omega Hurricane to the back line, forcing the boundary. Invisible, an eye just for the freeze, and a 1-for-1 pickoff. The sky is falling, and it's all fun to take out Finale. Dance floor is still in play as the take is not going to happen on Reject's side. Bobo King just going to add more damage from the Storm here. So good defense on Downpayment's side. A lot of time left on the clock for Rejects to work with, though.
Yeah, great adjustment coming from Downpayment, right? Just to be able to make it a bit more expensive, plus great ultimate usage to counter some of the things that Reject were throwing into their face. They'll be actually hopping back onto their signature Jeff, wanting to be a bit more of a nuisance, a bit of a combo wombo as Piggy's immediately taken out with some great isolation from Groot's wall, and 6 makes it expensive as well, sending them back once again into the server room.
This is actually really good. Downpayment need to keep this and sustain this momentum going, but kind of scary that Finale now on the Star-Lord, so they have to worry about any gank and potential setups that they can go for. Captain America trying to just walk down the mid lane here just to try and touch the cart, but still, Downpayment doing a great job moving as a unit.
Judge, jury,
that's the cue for the executionist. Come on, the final judgment. Once again, Piggy immediately out of action, and there's no follow-up from anywhere else. The Rejects team are so spread out across the entire map that there's not any sort of response or good trades coming out against 6. That's staggering once again as time bought for Downpayment.
And I like the ultimate usage just for him to be able to, for them to farm more. 3 check marks on Reject side, but Downpayment could actually go blow for blow here. It's going to start with the Freedom Charge just for Captain America's push forward. We still do have the Loki Lanterns by Looney just to keep everyone alive. And now they are fighting on to the objective as Reject still holding on to it, but now it's time for the Galactic Legend to get popped. And now it's the first of the domino pieces to fall. Ball is on 6's side. Omega Hurricane is going to be enough to take out Gargoyle, but Gargoyle can actually just cocoon his way back into this. And now the 1v1 with the Storm. No, make that a 2v1, and Storm's going to get taken out.
Fortunate for Storm. I didn't realize that Gargoyle had already cocooned back into action. Now, the Meteor can move on the fun, trying to make some a bit more space. Gargoyle hunting around this backline. We'll find 6. It is a duelist that is at ammo lock. This breaks things open for Rejects.
Yeah, Biggie taking up Furikake, so one of the strategists down. I'd say that was an excellent use of the Meteor M because it threatened It's Jeff by Dobie, but as the dust settles, Rejects were finally able to retake the point with less than 60 seconds left on the clock, so they need to keep pushing. Downpayment now need to establish some dominance and put up a solid defense if they want to deny any more points, while Finale just scouting ahead to see and gather some information. He already spots one. He doesn't want to overextend a little too much. He's so loaded.
Gargoyle's also in current revival, so I expect him to hide a little bit. They can basically let the rest of the team push in and make it more expensive, but maybe that's not even required. Mama will find 6, and Downpayment are dropping before he even get onto the point. He's forcing out. Yep, Furikake's bit of both worlds to get himself a little bit in. The Avatar in the midst of it all, but somehow Reject just collect names and push themselves onto the second checkpoint.
Man, he was actually able to use that eye while the dance floor was still lit, and it was insane the way he was able to do that. So amazing usage of that ultimate just to deny that. Furikake has to build that up once again. We've already passed the second check mark, and Downpayment at least is going to have a little bit of real estate advantage as the Goats move a little more forward here. Donald now needs to establish some defense here for the Downpayment to just hold this point.
Okay, not bad. 6 wary, but the flank will find 2. It's a huge one, but look at that. Gargoyle coming in with a bit of a sneaky beaky. Karma's revival, just bringing back the action. We talk about momentum being so important. So Rejects coming back in with a strong line. I think that's good of both worlds. Plus Jeff in the midst of his chaos.
Shark Week, it's Jeff. It's a 3-for-1 special. Actually, he's able to take one out inside his belly. He's gonna just keep moving just to take out the Luna and just take them off the objective. So now continue on pushing. 30 seconds on the clock. Downpayment have 3 check marks. They have 1 strategist ultimate. Can they hold is the question, Multi.
Yeah, 6 so strong with their final judgment. It's going to be isolated a little bit, but Dobie manages to provide the supporting action now. Time is rising with Galactic Legends. I think Lumi's Fiddle was just a little bit too late. Oh my god, the counter gets Biggie! No! There's no Avatar. Furikake gets taken out.
That was huge, but it seems like Rejects has more ammunition, more firepower to just push this on point. And we tried to stop the Meteor M. The shield is not going to be enough, but they take a 1-for-1 pickoff. Marvel is going to try and hold strong here and just stop any of the duelists from coming out. And they force the overtime as the Freedom Charge just keeps everyone alive, forcing a 3-point game from Rejects.
I mean, the best case scenario if you're Reject side, right? Pushing it all the way and having Downpayment on their attack half, needing to also do the same, force an overtime, and then we can even talk about map 3.
Yo, can I just say, I know you're a Luna Snowman. How cool was that? The freeze onto him and denying the eye.
I love it. I get the heebie-jeebies.
Your eyes, right? You're like, oh, dang, that was dope.
Legitimately, my hairs are standing on my arm right now. I love a great freeze that counteracts the likes of like the Eye of Agamotto. Oh, so beautiful.
It was, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough, right?
It wasn't
Captain
enough.
America was still there just to pick up the pieces and get an elimination onto Furikake. It's just Rejects just still carrying, having the rest of the alphabets of Plan A does not work. So Downpayment have to really reach into their bag of tricks here for them to find a solution for them to stop, or at least for them to match the 3-point game off of Reject.
Yeah, a lot that has to work out for Downpayment, a series of events that have to line up in their favor. Reject starting on the now moving on to the defense with notably Emma rocking by Piggy, a new look, at least for me. Has Piggy played Emma's Angela?
Angela. Yesterday during the
Araco map.
So I think, yeah, just trying to push the limits to see how this hero does go. Piggy has to be very careful though. taken to the skies. I mean, the first one, there is a bit of displacement that he can do, but he can't really dump anyone. It's always at the behind the spawn room, right? So Bobo King having the same idea here with that storm. They are pushing the goats past the first turn here, so just constantly looking back and forth here into the sky to see if they could just stop any attempt from defense on Reject's side.
Yeah, Reject running the triple with Gargoyle being the main sole kind of frontline shielder, while Piggy and Marvel opting to run the Angela for Captain America. So a lot of backline displacement and focus that should be against Downpayment, but to start things off, Piggy will find a nice pick to open things up already. It's going to be Lumi using God of Mischief to pop over the State of Both Worlds to sustain the rest of Downpayment here.
I like that. Just jumping down. Okay, the dance floor is still lit here. We don't go for anything. Just throwing hands, taking out Bobo King here. Marvel now continuing on along with Finale to just push everyone back to the spawn room. So great defense on Reject's side. And I think they have all the right to actually be this aggressive because they have the BRB, they have the Karmic Revival, so they have retries to go with. While Downpayment trying to go for a 2-2-2 type strategy. They need to be able to just pick off the strategists first, but with this lineup, it's going to be really tough. As you said, triple are there just to hold the defenses.
I mean, the way that both of them jumped in at the same time to isolate their picks is huge. But now it's 6 on the final judgment, trying to make it work, trying to counter against the Dobies, the CYA as they try to isolate. Flying Vanguard and with the help of Bobo King, but Marvel responds in kind with Lumi, as well as Dobie with the BRB onto Piggy, bringing back this Vanguard.
Yeah, so it's still a 6-5 here. Now, E8, Gargoyle and Piggy cleaning up shop here. Bobo King taking out Finale, but in finding just cocoon his way back. Nice attempt. Thanks for bringing the goats closer to us. But yeah, we're going to take it from here, says Reject. We'll keep defending.
I mean, such a change-up, right? Gargoyle now rocking the Strange beautifully. With enough distraction from Marvel and Piggy, I don't know if we caught that, but it was that tail end from Finale and Marvel just isolated the pick and brought Lumi out of action instantly. That kind of opens
Donald
things up
now onto the Angela here just to add some displacement to the lineup. So Piggy dangerously low, has to put up the shield, but man, the strategists are so good with the heals and the sustains. Bobo King is gonna get just a love tap, just to note that you are not safe to wherever you are. And you do see the bubble plus Angela. No, Gargoyle, first one to fall here. Downpayment does have the Meteor M for the dunk, and Bobo King trying to push ahead. Just so he can get picked off his zone.
I mean, all these hero plays from Bobo King, but it's kind of working out right now as they kind of disassemble the defense from Reject on this card. Gargoyle high in the sky, out of action. They'll be able to push in, but most likely Reject will come in with a game plan. They're really coming in hot with Piggy. Just run the corner, making it work.
Wow, Murataka is dangerously ahead here. So we're going to see Donald just be able to patrol around the area, and now they're going to engage with the Captain American Angela combo as Bobo King takes out Piggy. And we have the Freedom Charge along with Gargoyle going for the teleport here. Dance of the Butterfly by Bobo King along with the end song. Taking out no one. The sustain is still strong in Reject.
I mean, they've even got the CYA as well. Marvel's using that to their personality. The shield doing everything. The Soulball makes them so strong right now. Forcing once again, Murakage comes out with the fate of both worlds. And now, coming in, it's going to be Angela trying to make it work around their ultimate, and we'll find Finale.
Oh my god, back and forth they go. Lumi gets traded off here for another reject. So Finale though can cocoon right back. Fun now. Had to go for the Doctor Strange just to touch point. It's going to be a 2v1. Oh, they trade off, but it's Bobo King that stays alive. And now the Karmic Revival. Uh-oh, Bobo King taking out the strategist. Gargoyle still holding on to point. And now they get the elimination off of Bobo King. It's a numbers game at this point, and also a displacement just to push Doctor Strange out, to force the overtime for Meteor to run out. And Piggy still continues to just push everyone off the objective.
Oh my god. It's the likes of Reject is just doing everything right now. That's gonna be a bit of a stun. 2-2 coming from the son of Funfa, who gets unfortunately instantly taken out. The Rejects are drawing down the clock. Right now, Marvel will be able to find that backline for Kage plus Piggy, speaking an absolute nuisance of that backline. Backline from Nico. Marvel takes out Bobo King. There's not much standing in the way, and they put a full hold defense even before that first point.
2, 3.
It was one of the longest overtimes that we've had in the group stage. You got to give it up to Downpayment, really trying to go all out plus ultra, everything in the kitchen sink there, but unfortunately, Rejects just showing everyone that they are the defending champs here, and they can even make Angela work.
Yeah, I actually like the Angela pick here. Like, I think it kind of, for me, was one of the strongest performances of Angela in a team setting, right? You basically run the triple, which is, hey, I don't know, Posh, if you caught on, but that is what we're going to be talking about,
That's
just triple.
Yeah,
That's
multi 2025. You gotta quote him on that. I was watching that.
But yeah, Marvel and Finale have been so good on honing in on picks, and Piggy's just being disruptive. Gargoyle's obviously that frontliner to tank all the hits for the rest of their team, but doesn't even come away with the most damage block, right? It's gonna be actually Piggy rocking the Angela.
Yeah, and actually they kind of took a page out of Rejects and Donald switching over to the Angela. That did get a lot of displacement. I think that's where it becomes really clutch in those OT scenarios where you just need bodies on or off the point. That Angela poses that threat, and you saw how like everyone starts to come in and no, just the push away, the bully away, and you just continue on. She doesn't have the pick-off ability, unlike other Vanguards that are just explosive with their damage, but she does have bullying power. She can push you off, and you do have to respect that. So let's check out the handiwork from both these teams as we look towards the highlights, which, again, the first game was actually Rejects steamrolling at the start, but I'd say the second map was actually, the second half of this, they really held strong Downpayment, like as the cart kept trying to move past that alleyway.
I think the ultimate usage from Downpayment during the second leg was phenomenal, but hey, once again, Reject coming in with some beautiful coordination to be able to counter, and then once it was on their defensive half, holy, they really held their ground despite, the likes of Bobo King getting multi-KOs. Like you see here in the replays, it's just beautiful, but there's only so much you can do in this team setting set of 6 to put the entire playbook on one person's back.
Yeah, and I know people in chat were saying, yo, Bobo King, God, when it comes to Psylocke, he's super nasty with it. And like you said, it's hard to put all of that on one person. I know 6 was also there, but I think the fact that 6 was kind of sniped out since game 1 by Rejects, it was just really hard. So nonetheless, Downpayment is still in the running for the playoffs. They will still end things in the top 4, so that's all good. And we do have to give our congratulations to Rejects moving on here with the 4-1 record in the entire group stage, only falling to Zero Tenacity.
You gotta feel pretty good about that. They suffered that early loss against Zero Tenacity, like you called it, the MRC Season 2 winners, but were able to really learn from their mistakes and pick it up and show, once again, that teamwork, it makes the dream work. Absolute dominant force, pulling out new strats, even in this week's kind of Season 4 metas, and for me, at least, really showing off the new Angela in a new setting.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that. I know we're going to be talking to one of the players of Rejects, so we will kind of ask them about their entire journey, what their favorite maps were, maybe favorite plays were, and I think we're starting to get a feeling of how Angela is and what kind of threat she can bring to the table. So I'm glad, and I feel a little I would like to see Blade get that kind of treatment, but unfortunately Blade, you guys did call a Blade match. I did see that one, right? So he got so much hype, and it's just really hard to use him, to be honest, especially in the highest level.
I think it takes a specialized type of coordination for Blade to work, so it might still be a while, and maybe a little buff, NetEase, hello, if you're watching this. do my boy a favor, but yeah, Blade's a hard one at the moment. I think it's also very interesting if they can work a bit more anti-heals into more heroes to come. I think this is their attempt at trying to see how the anti-heal would work in a setting like more rivals, and hopefully they like what they're seeing, and we'll see a little bit more about that as well.
Yeah, can't wait to see how that is going to shake out. But for now, it seems like Rejects has already shown us different levels. They can go with the meta. They can kind of change things up, and they're showing us that they're just students of the game. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at a message that we got. So shout out to Dan, by the way. Shout outs to him. And also shout outs to Nell. He is also getting a procedure done. So if you guys send him your well wishes, he's recovering. But we will all be in fighting shape come the playoffs. And we still got 2 more series left for today. So cannot wait to talk more about that too. Because there's I'd say the top teams will be next with Crazy Raccoons and Gen G having their matches coming up next.
Yeah. And I think today, Downpayment, like we kind of talked about, is a coagulation of a lot of different teams from a lot of different countries, from 3 different continents, mind you. There's language barriers, there's cultural barriers, and we kind of talked about with Lumi and Donald as well. It took a little bit for them to wind up, and I think it really takes a lot for them to try to figure out how to work together. Today looked a little bit messy. There were times, like you called it, during their first defense half, the second leg, where just things were flowing, right? They didn't overheat. 6 popped, the Punisher, Final Judgment, and just corralled everyone. You could see them all together, and they lost steam. I think their long-term kind of pacing is important.
Yeah, so let's see what the adjustments are going to be made, but we're going to head towards our interview, and we're going to be interviewing the man himself, the Jeff Main himself. We got Dobby on the other line, so can't wait to talk to Dobby. If you guys have any questions in chat, aside from us saying what the helly, let us know as we say hi to Dobby. Dobby, congratulations on the amazing performance. Hello. Can you hear us? Hello.
Yes, I can hear.
Yes. Okay. So, congratulations, you guys end the group stage 4-1.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite moments or favorite matches from the group stage?
I can't pick just one, but today's match, I played Jeff. I ate enemy to support and kill them.
To support. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that. I saw that. One was in your one got knocked out in your stomach. Beautiful play with the Jeff, and obviously hopping to the Rocket Raccoon towards the end as well. I mean, brilliant performance for all 6 of you players today. But personally, who do you think is the MVP on your team today?
It's me. Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Always me.
Yeah, flex the Jeff. I'd say my favorite moment is seeing your Jeff plays, because I tried playing Jeff quick match, always MVP. So too good. Jeff is really strong.
It's too good character.
Too good character. Okay, so playoffs is happening in October. What can the viewers or the fans expect from Rejects coming from? What can they expect from Rejects in the playoffs?
Just win. Yeah, we will just win.
Just win. More Jeff, more Angela, or more Jeff? What do we see?
Whatever. We play everything.
They just do it. Okay, that's great. All right, Multi, you want to ask the last question?
Yeah, I mean, you'll be most likely going up against Onsite Gaming, XOXO, Crazy Raccoons, and possibly Incipients from Group A, one of the 4. Out of the 4 teams, which one are you most excited to play?
Crazy Raccoon. Yeah.
Crazy
They
Raccoon.
didn't defeat.
Ooh,
Yes.
Not yet. We'll see when we
not
when
yet.
we get that. Do you have
Yes.
last one for me? Do you have a message for Crazy Raccoons since you might be facing them in the playoffs?
Ready to lose.
Whoa! There we go. Okay, Dobby, thank you so much for your time.